To Coco Global University. Coco Global University and Ansava College of Engineering and Technology provide a video lecture. Topic: Symmetrical Fault Calculation. Subject name EPS 2. Most of the fault on the power system led to short circuit condition. Now, when the short circuit condition occur, a heavy current called a short circuit current flow through the equipment. Now, this short circuit current causing a considerable damage to the equipment and interruption of a service to the consumer. There is probably no other subject of greater importance to an electrical engineer than the question of determination of short circuit current under fault condition. Now, based on the short circuit current, the choice of apparatus and the design and arrangement of practically every equipment in the power system depends upon short circuit current condition. In this chapter, we shall confine our discussion to fault currents due to symmetrical fault. Now, what is the importance of symmetrical fault current calculation? All these things we shall discuss in this topic. Now, first of all, what is the symmetrical fault on a three-phase system? Now, in a three-phase system, there is a phase displacement between R, Y and B phase, 120 phase displacement between R, Y and B phase. Means VR means voltage across R phase and voltage across Y phase, 120 phase displacement take place. Now Vy and Vb also 120 phase displacement. Now the definition of symmetrical fault, that the fault on the power system which gives rise to symmetrical fault current. That means equal fault current in the line with 120 phase displacement is called a symmetrical fault. The symmetrical fault occur when all the three conductors of a three-phase line are brought together simultaneously into a short circuit condition. Now see the figure. In this figure we representing a three-phase R, Y and B. We are representing a voltage across a R phase, Vy representing voltage across a Y phase and Vb representing voltage across a B phase. Now, in symmetrical fault, when all three phases are short circuited, in this figure we should see that all three phases R, Y and B are short circuited. So, short circuit current IR, IYB, IY and IB equal magnitude and 120 phase displacement. It's called a symmetrical fault. So, this symmetrical fault represents the balanced nature of fault. So, when we representing a symmetrical fault, only one phase need to be considered in calculation. Now, there is some point may be considered. First point is the symmetrical fault rarely occur in practice, as majority of the fault are of a unsymmetrical nature. And secondly, the symmetrical fault is the most severe and imposes more heavy duty on the circuit breaker. The chance of taking place a symmetrical fault is very rarely, but if the symmetrical fault is take place in a power system, then the effect of symmetrical fault on a circuit breaker and equipment is very dangerous. Now, limitation of fault current. Generally, we know that generalized equation for current is equal to I is equal to V by Z. Okay, V representing a voltage, Z representing a impedance. Now, when a short circuit occur at any point in a system, the short circuit current is limited by the impedance of the system up to the point of fault. Now in this figure we see that if a fault occur on the feeder at point F, at F point there is a fault take place, symmetrical fault take place, then the short circuit current I short circuit is limited by impedance of transformer, impedance of generator and impedance of transmission line up to the fault. Impedance of transmission line between the generator and point of the fault. This shows that the knowledge of impedance of various equipment and circuit in the line of the system is very important for the determination of short circuit current. Now percentage reactance. The reactance of generator, transformers, reactors each is usually expressed in percentage reactance. Now what is the definition of percentage reactance? In a symmetrical fault current calculation, we generally use a percentage reactance. Now the generator, transformer and reactor also represented in a percentage reactance. Transformer reactance also represent in a percentage reactance. Generator reactance also represent in a percentage reactance. It is the percentage of the total phase voltage dropped in the circuit when full load current is flowing. That means percentage reactance X is equal to Ix by V into 100. Ix represented voltage drop in the circuit. Ix represented voltage drop in the circuit when full load current is flowing. When full load current is flowing in the circuit. Now I is equal to full load current, V is equal to phase voltage, X represent reactance in ohm per phase. Now we also represent percentage reactance in the form of kVA. kVA means apparent power and kV supply voltage. kVA and kV. Okay. So percentage reactance X is equal to kVA into X divided by 10 into kV square, where X is the reactance in ohm. From this equation we find a short circuit current. Now short circuit current, generally current I is equal to V by Z, supply voltage and impedance of the system. Now we are taking a reactive component, so I is equal to resistive component we are neglecting, so V by X. Now Z representing R plus J XL. Okay, so X representing reactance of a transmission line, generator, transformer, all things. So I is equal to, we write down I is equal to V by X. Okay, now put the value of X from this equation. So what is the value of X? X is equal to percentage X into V by I into 100. From this value we find the I short circuit V by X, and from the derived equation I into 100 by percentage X. Now taking one example, for an instant, if the percentage reactance of element is 20%, means percentage X is equal to 20% and the full load current is 50 ampere. So I value 50 ampere. So the short circuit current will be 50 into 100 by 20, means 250 ampere when only that element is in the circuit. So from this equation we can find the short circuit current when the fault occurs. Okay. Now here we find two condition: percentage reactance and base kVA. It is clear from above expression, percentage reactance of equipment depend on kVA rating and kV square. From this equation we say that percentage reactance depends on a kVA rating of equipment and kV square. Generally, the various equipment used in the power system have different kVA rating. Different equipment has a different kVA rating. If we are using a transformer has a different kVA rating. Generator has a different kVA rating. Transmission line has a different kVA rating. Therefore, it is necessary to find the percentage reactance of all the elements on the common kVA rating. So we are taking a one base kVA rating for calculating the percentage reactance. Find a percentage reactance, we are taking a common kVA rating. So this common kVA rating is known as a base kVA. Common kVA rating is known as a base kVA. Different element has a different kVA rating, we all know. So for calculating a percentage reactance, we taking a common kVA rating, and this kVA rating is called a base kVA. The value of this base kVA is quite important, unimportant, and maybe we are taking this three parameter, based on three parameter taking a base kVA. First one is equal to that of large plant, means large capacity equipment taking as a base kVA, equal to the total plant capacity. Total plant capacity also taking as a base kVA, and arbitrary value, any random value also we are taking as a base kVA. So from this equation we write down the equation of percentage reactance as base kVA is equal to base kVA upon rated kVA into percentage reactance at rated kVA. Now taking one example, suppose we have a 1000 kVA transformer. It's the kVA rating of transformer. Now 5% reactance will have a reactance of 10% at 2000 kVA base. Now we are taking a base value 2000 as a base value. So 2000 is equal to 2000 divided by rated kVA. What is the rated kVA of transformer? 1000 into percentage reactance at rated kVA. At rated kVA, what is the percentage reactance? 5%. So the value of that 10% percentage reactance at 2000 kVA base value. Okay. Now short circuit kVA. Using this equation, we also find a short circuit kVA. Now, when the short circuit takes place in a system and symmetrical fault occur in a three-phase system, what happens? So, at the fault point, the voltage means potential at that point fault is zero and current become a maximum. At the fault point, voltage become a zero because the short circuit take place, and short circuit means there is a no any resistance. So voltage become a zero and current become a maximum. It is normal practice to express the short circuit current in terms of short circuit kVA based on the normal system voltage at the point of fault. Now, product of normal system voltage and short circuit current at the point of fault expressed in kVA is known as a short circuit kVA. Now, short circuit, I short circuit general equation for I short circuit is equal to V by X. Now, derived from this V by X, I is equal to, so I short circuit is equal to I into 100 by percentage X. Now, short circuit kVA for a 3 phase is equal to 3 into V into I short circuit divided by 1000. Now put the value of I short circuit is equal to I into 100 by percentage X. Now 3 VI by 1000 is called a base kVA multiplied by 100 by percentage X. So from this equation we say that short circuit kVA for a three-phase circuit depend on a base kVA into 100 by percentage reactance X. Reactor control of short circuit current. Now we see that short circuit current can be controlled by impedance between fault point and generating station. For that purpose, we use to limit a short circuit current, reactor used as a equipment. In order to limit the short circuit current to a value which the circuit breaker can handle, additional reactors known as a reactor are connected in series with the system at suitable point. A reactor is a coil of number of turns designed to have a large inductance as compared to its ohmic resistance. The force on the turn of this reactor under short circuit condition are considerable and therefore the winding must be solidly braced. It may be added that due to very small resistance of reactor, there is very little change in the efficiency of the system. Now, what is the advantage of reactor control of a short circuit current? The first one is reactor limit the flow of short circuit current and thus protect the equipment from overheating as well as from failure due to destructive mechanical forces. Second one is trouble are localized or isolated at the point where they originate without communicating their disturbing effect to other part of power system. This increases the chances of continuity of supply. They permit the insulation of circuit breaker for lower rating. Now location of reactor. There is a different location of reactor in series with each generator, in series with each feeder in bus bar. Now generator reactor. When the reactor are connected in series with each generator, they know as a generator reactor. In this figure we see that bus bar, feeder and generator. Now reactor connected between generator and bus bar is called a generator reactor. Generator reactor connected in series with the generator. In this case, the reactor may be considered as a part of leakage reactance of the generator. In this situation, we consider a reactor as a leakage part of the generator. Hence, its effect is to protect the generator in case of any short circuit beyond the reactor. Now, if the fault takes place at the feeder, at the bus bar, the reactor provides a protection to the generator from short circuit current. Now, what is the disadvantage? There is a constant voltage drop and power loss in the reactor even during normal operation. If a bus bar or feeder fault occur close to the bus bar, the voltage at the bus bar will be reduced to low value, thereby causing the generator fall out of step. Now, if the fault takes place near to the bus bar, near to the reactor, if the fault takes place at this point, so what happens? The voltage of a bus bar is low down. So this generator out of step, fall out means disconnected from the bus bar. If fault occur on any feeder, the continuity of supply to other is like to be affected. Due to these disadvantages, and also since modern power station generator have sufficiently leakage reactance to protect them against short circuit, it is not a common practice to use separate reactor for the generator, because we see that disadvantage. There is a constant voltage drop and power loss in the reactor, and the modern power station generator have a sufficient large reactance to protect them against short circuit condition. So this separate reactor is not necessary. Now next, feeder reactor. In this reactor, we see that this is the generating station, this is the bus bar. Now reactor connected between bus bar and feeder in series with the feeder. When the reactor are connected in series with each feeder, they are known as a feeder reactor. Now, since the most of the short circuit occur on a feeder, a large number of reactors are used for such circuit. Two principal advantages are claimed for a feeder reactor. Firstly, if a fault occur on any feeder, the voltage drop in its reactor will not affect the bus bar voltage, so that there is a little tendency for the generator to lose synchronism. And second advantage is the fault on a feeder will not affect other feeders, and consequently the effect of fault are localized. Now what is the disadvantage of feeder reactor? There is a constant power loss, same as a generator reactor. Voltage drop in the reactor even during a normal operation. If a short circuit occurs at the bus bar, no protection is provided to the generator. However, this is of little importance because such faults are rare and modern generators have a considerable leakage reactance, as we talk, to enable them to withstand short circuit across their terminal. If the number of generator is increased, the size of feeder reactor will have to be increased to keep the short circuit current within the rating of the feeder circuit breaker. Next, busbar reactor. Now busbar reactor divided into two sections. One is ring system and second is tie bar system. Now in the ring system, in this system, busbar is divided into two sections, and this section are connected through reactor. Generally, one feeder is fed from one generator only. Under normal operating condition, each generator will supply its own section of the load and very little power will be fed by other generator. This results in low power loss and voltage drop in the reactor. However, the principal advantage of system is that if a fault occur on any feeder, only one generator to which the particular feeder is connected mainly feed the fault current, while the current feed from the other generator is small due to presence of reactor. Therefore, only the section of bus bar is affected to which the feeder is connected, the other section being able to continue in normal operation. Now next, tie bar system. So the tie bar system in this figure, comparing the ring system with tie bar system, is clear that in tie bar system there are effectively two reactors in series between the section. We use a two reactor between generating station and tie bar, so that reactor must have approximately half the reactance of those used in comparable ring system. Another advantage of tie bar system is that additional generator may be connected to the system without requiring change in the existing reactor. However, this system has the disadvantage that it required an additional bus bar. That means the tie bar. In tie bar system, generally we need a one bus bar system called a tie bar system. Now, finally, step for symmetrical fault calculation. The procedure for the solution of such fault involve the following step. First, draw a single line diagram of complete network indicating the rating, voltage and percentage reactance of each element of the network. First of all, draw a single line diagram, indicate the rating, voltage and calculate the percentage reactance from the equation. Choose a numerically convenient value of base kVA and convert all percentage reactance on this base value. Third one is corresponding to single line diagram of the network. Draw the reactance diagram showing one phase of the system and the neutral. Now in the symmetrical fault calculation we consider only a single phase because all the phase have a same magnitude of short circuit current and same phase displacement, so we consider only based on a single phase. Indicate the percentage reactance on the base kVA in the reactance diagram. The transformer in the system should be represented by reactance in series. Now first step is find the total percentage reactance of the network up to the point of fault. Let it be in it represented by X percentage. Fifth step is find the full load current corresponding to selected base kVA and the normal system voltage at the fault point. Let it be I. The various short circuit calculation are. Now finally, using this equation, I short circuit is equal to I into 100 by percentage X, we can find the short circuit current, and short circuit kVA is equal to base kVA into 100 by percentage X. From these two equations we can find a short circuit current and short circuit kVA for three phase circuit. Okay, thank you.